Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Hype Files podcast, episode 108. And I've got another one of the girls on. I know I've been getting a lot of bikini girls on, okay? Leave me at it. This is my division, and these are my girls. And they're going to come on regardless, and we've got so much to talk about. So I've got my girl on, which has been so long, so we've got so much to catch up on. It's IFBB Bikini Pro, Lily Brinsdon. How are you, babe?
I'm good. How are you?
Thank you so much for your time. I know you're so busy and you've got so much going on, but I appreciate you being here to chat.
Anything for you.
Oh, love you. It's so good, but I'm so happy to chat to you. Like we were just chatting before we jumped on live, there's so much to chat about, like literally so much. I think it was like November 2024 we did our first pod.
Yeah.
Just got your pro card, little freshie in the sport, and like
I know.
Before we start, I've got a new thing that I want to do, and I want to talk about people's wins of the week. So I want you to tell me your win of the week. Anything that's happened in the last 7 days that's been like a win for you.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good question. I think probably it sounds so silly, but I think probably for me was just like hitting some really good like PRs in the gym, like just building some strength back up and building more strength on top of what I have had in the past. So I think that's probably one for me.
That's good, babe. I love it. What was one of your PBs? Can you give us just one of them?
I hit 27.5 kgs for shoulder press, which is really nice.
I was like, she's going to say RDLs. No fucking way. Like, double that up. That is so good. That's so heavy, man. Does that feel like is getting them up real hard?
It's not bad. Like, I think it's just like you got to really get it going.
Yeah.
And the first one
I love it. Girls need to be getting in there, like pushing more, right? Because you see them, they can throw it up too easy, and you're like, come on, girl.
I know. If you're not like about to, if it's not like almost hitting your head kind of thing, probably need to go up and wait.
Safety first, but get up there, girls. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay. So like what I said before is like there's so much that's happened in the last year and a bit, babe. You're in like 3 months now. It's been so fast. Yeah. How do you feel today compared to the person you were back then before we dive into everything that has happened? Like as a person, do you feel different?
I definitely do. I mean, there's not a lot of change between me when I won my pro card and me now. I think it's just more about like the mental side of things. So like going into my first like prep for my pro season, my pro debut, I was like, there's so much pressure. I feel so like I feel like so much like outside noise from winning my pro card and like the expectations of other people. So I think in a way that's kind of like matured my mentality around bodybuilding and competing and everything to do with that. So I think in that sense I've changed, but in a lot of ways I'm still very much the same person.
Love that. Keep your roots, eh? You don't want to be like,
yeah, of course.
Yeah, you see some bodybuilders, they're like, I got my pro card and I'm just the fucking shit, and you're like, what are you? Like, where did she go? Like, no, that's so good, babe. I love that. And maybe can you just chat on that a little bit? Just like, how have you found yourself to be able to conquer that? And was there a lot of outside noise, or did you just feel it? You know how you can just feel it from people? Yeah. What was it like?
I feel like it was a bit of both. It was a bit of both because obviously after I won my pro card, it was kind of a bit of a big thing for me in terms of like it was only my second year competing, and then I won my pro card and I was like, what do I do now?
Yeah.
And at least for me in my first off season after that, I had a bit of a crash out about it because I was like, I don't look like a pro. I don't feel like a pro. Like the whole thing was really confusing for me because I was like, this should not be me at this stage in my journey. But I think it was kind of just like, you have to learn to live with it. And then like people say things all the time, you know, people are like, you're going to win your pro card this year, or, you know, you're going to win your pro show this year, all that kind of stuff. So you just kind of take it with a grain of salt, you know, say thank you and just move on and try and focus on what you're working towards rather than getting caught up in the results of the show or, you know, who's going to be there, that kind of thing. Because that can be where that outside noise and the pressure comes in and you're just like, oh my God, like I'm really like taking a step outside of my comfort zone. But yeah.
Yeah, totally. And you kind of know it's only going to get more like that, eh? Like the more you're on the map and stuff, you're like, fuck, the people, everyone's going to come for me. Like, not just New Zealand, it'll be like, everyone, who's this lily chicken, wherever. And so it might be like more as you go. So I guess getting used to it now is probably a good thing, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I love that, babe. That's cool. And it's going to be cool to see how your mindset grows even more. Because how old are you now?
I turned 23 in March.
Oh, you're still a little babe. So you were 21 when you got your pro card, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. That's so cool, babe. It's gonna be fun to watch you grow. Like I'm picturing you up until like, you're 30, like how much you can achieve in that time.
I know.
Crazy.
It's crazy to me because I'm like, like in my head, I'm like, I'm not moving fast enough. Like I'm not like, but then like I sit back and I think about it. I'm like, I'm only 22. And realistically, I could be doing this up until I'm like 35. I've got so many years ahead of me. So why am I trying to rush?
Yeah. Don't just chill, but enjoy it. So that shit right up. Like I'm 36 and I'm like, I'm late, like, so everyone's got their own like versions of being late or being not fast enough or whatever, but you're doing so well. It must be hard to stop and appreciate and feel proud of yourself. Do you ever do that? Do you ever have moments where you're like, I just need to feel good about myself for a fucking moment,
I think I feel like obviously like what I have been able to do, I'm really proud of myself, but I think it's more just like it's a shock to me because I'm like in my mind I'm just like there's no way there's just no way that at 22 years old I'm able to be going out and doing these things. Like it just feels so surreal to me. I think that's more of like the biggest thing for me in my head when I'm like doing these things. I'm just like how is this opportunity even real,
Cool. Living the dream, girl. You really are. Honestly, it's like so many people's dream, eh? It's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back a little bit. How was your off season? So got your pro card, we know what you're like. You're like, I'm ready to go. Like I'm not gonna take 5 years off. Like I'm ready. So what was it like? So obviously you're gunning for it, you're going hard, but was your off season part quite good? Like how did that go before you did your thing?
I mean, like I said before, I kind of got to me a little bit mentally, just with like I don't feel like I look like a pro, I don't like that kind of mentality got to me at the start of my off season. So I think in terms of things, I could have had a way better off season if I didn't have that kind of mental block going on. But I still managed to do a pretty good off season. Like I was pretty happy with how we went. Obviously food's quite high, so it's like that adjustment period of like prep to off-season body weight and how you look and stuff. And I think maybe March, April, about around the April mark, we kind of brought the food down a little bit just to bring back some sort of like definition a little bit, because I felt like I was going crazy. I was like, I'm so fluffy right now, but realistically I wasn't. It's just like a mental thing, but yeah, we did a lot of work, which was really awesome. Kind of the overall feedback was build a little bit more everywhere. Okay. So that's kind of what we did, mostly focusing on like the shoulders, obviously that delt pop that you want, and then bringing a little bit more into the quads and glutes and hamstrings were like the top focuses. Yeah,
and were you happy like when you saw like you finally got to see the side by sides, like prep to prep? Were you like, okay, I can see it? I love it. It's so good.
It was like all of that work paid off.
Hallelujah. Oh my god, it's like finally got there, and then it actually takes a few months after the show to see it, right? Because when you're in it, like, have I changed? And it's like, my god, you have. Like, it's crazy. What were you doing? Like, what was your split in your off season? Was it like 3 lower, 2 upper? And like, were you doing cardio as well in your off season and stuff like that?
I have never done cardio in an off season ever.
Wow.
I know. I have like a daily step count that I hit every day, and that's about it for any cardio, just because generally my body prefers to stay in like a leaner state.
Right.
So to keep myself in a surplus, I can't add in cardio. Otherwise, it's just like I'm doing all this work and it's just balancing each other out. And so I'm still at ground zero.
Yeah. So deeply.
No. But in terms of my training, I just had 5 days a week. I had to drop it down just because I kind of started feeling like, okay, the training intensity and the amount of training days are really getting to me. Yeah. So we bumped it down to 5 instead of 6. And I only had 2 leg days last year, which was a really big adjustment for me because as you know, like I really love training legs. So I've always had 3 leg days for as long as I can remember. And then, yeah, 2
baby leg days. What were they? Were they like 1 glutes and then 1 quads? Because you said you're working on quads. Like what were your split there?
It was kind of like 1 was a little bit more quad focused, but still like overall across the 2 leg days there were glutes. Obviously 1 day was a lot more glute focused. But yeah, still across both, there was a little bit more glutes, a little bit more like accessory work across like the quad day rather than like full on like hip thrusting and stuff like that. Yeah. Just a little bit of everything sprinkled. Yeah. Not missing any spots. On that note, do you train calves and do you train abs? I do, yes. So my calves are really like, they're really like a sore spot for me. I hate my calves. Like it's so annoying, right?
I hate it. Tall girls problems.
Yeah, exactly. But on top of that, I have a very high calf attachment on my legs. So they look smaller, which is really annoying. So especially this off season, like I've been really just like hammering my calves. Nice. And I always keep at least 2 sessions of abs within the week as well. And I've always kind of had that throughout since 2023 when I started. I was like, I'm just going to keep some abs in there because it's nice to have. And obviously, you know, you want a little bit of definition in there too.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally. And it just feels nice to turn them on.
Yeah, exactly. And it's really good as well for a lot of other exercises too, because you need to use your core for so many things. So being able to have that core that you're able to like switch on at a moment's notice is really good for your lifts.
Yes, I so back that hard, like RDLs especially, like anything like that,
I know.
Like just a couple, like even just do a plank before you start. It's like, holy shit, that's hello. Yeah. I love that. Good advice, babe. And if you're okay to say, how high did your calories go to in the off season? We won't talk about how low they went. We don't need to go there in the prep, but just for the off season, like how much were you eating your tool, right? Well, I want to know.
Yeah. To be honest, I've never been someone that tracks calories. Like it's always kind of been like a mental thing for me. I don't want to know. Yeah. But basing off what I'm eating now and kind of relating it to last off season, I'd say probably like 3,500 calories, maybe a little bit more. Like we did push the food quite a bit, but towards the end we did kind of reel it back in because I did want to start prep off in a bit more of like a positive starting point, you know, because like when you get in those off seasons, sometimes it can be really heavy. Like after my first year competing, we packed it on. We really packed it on.
Straight up.
Yeah. So it took so long for me to feel like I was lean in like 2024 because I was just like, we'd packed on so much that I was like, am I going to be ready in time?
Yeah. And you got there. It's just crazy.
You got there in the end. Yeah.
It's nuts. You just got to trust it. It somehow works out most of the time. I love that, babe. So let's talk about so obviously the TOC show was announced. You're probably like, fuck yeah, let's get on that shit. And you probably knew about, because I know that there was rumors about the bikini show and like, you know, Mo was telling some of the girls things and maybe there will be, so just stay tuned. So that was kind of announced, and then Shawn Rays is always on, and there's been a few Kiwis do it. But how did you come to your plan of like, I'm going to do this show and this show? Like, what made you decide on those 2?
Yeah, well, like I said before, that kind of like external pressure was a big thing for me. And I felt like for my own peace of mind, I wanted to pick some shows that were towards the end of the year. So there was no kind of like pressure if I did well that, you know, oh my gosh, like you could qualify for the Olympia if you do this. Like last year, that was just kind of my mental state. I was like, I don't want to put that kind of pressure on myself because it's a lot. And I don't think realistically I would have been ready at that point in time.
Yeah, fair.
So obviously I knew about the Palmy show for quite a while. Mo did mention that there was potentially going to be one, but obviously I'm quite good friends with Shane. And he was like, yeah, we're going to have it here. It's going to be a Bikini Pro show in Palmy for TOC. So I was like, cool, that's on my books. But for Shawn Ray, I've always wanted to do the show. Ever since Kate and Amy Wynn did that, I was just like, that's going to be one of my first shows I do. Like, it just looked like so much fun, and who doesn't want to go to Hawaii for a pro show, right? Like, it's such a good time.
Yeah, so much fun. And you went with Rochelle, and and Shan ended up going over as well. That was last minute because obviously pro card she went. But you and Rochelle planned that together. Was that fun? Like, how cool was that to go with someone and do that together?
It was really good, and I think it was really needed as well. Like, we both actually didn't realize that we were going to be doing that show, because I'd planned to do it. And then Rochelle and I had like a catch up, because we always have like monthly catch ups. And she was like, oh, like, I'm going to be doing Hawaii. And I was like, this is going to sound crazy, but I've also planned to do Hawaii this year.
I love it.
So it was really cool to just be able to have someone to come and be there with me. And we were both in the same situation, just like figuring it out together, doing all the planning and stuff. And it took a lot of stress off of both of us, I think, because we had 2 people there. And like in prep, like, you're kind of like, brain cells are fading towards the end of it, right? So it was really nice to just be able to kind of bounce off of each other and just make sure that we had everything sorted and we could keep each other accountable for what was happening.
Nice. And you both did the same pro debuts to first do
shows, right?
Which is
I know.
crazy. They're so
But I mean, at the same time, it makes sense though, right? I mean, if there's an opportunity to compete here in New Zealand, why not take it?
Everyone should have done the same thing. Like, it's not even copying, it's just literally getting out there.
I know, right?
There's so many shows. Can you give me like a little bit of maybe some tips for the people that want to do this, like pro shows together? Because obviously Hawaii, there was a group that did it a few years back, but you are competing against each other. There's still like, it's weird because it's not like a friend's trip to Hawaii. It's like, it is, but it isn't. Do you know what I mean? So is there a chance that, like, what tips would you give any ladies that want to do that, but they might clash? You might butt heads at times, and like maybe don't do this, or don't sleep in the same room, or like, because it could happen, right? Like, let's just be honest.
I think at the end of the day, it's kind of like you need to separate the competition from what you're doing with each other. Because Rochelle and I stayed in the same place. We shared a room, 2 separate beds, but we shared a room. We shared everything, right? And I think the best thing for us is that we're both like, we want the best for each other. And no matter like the outcome, like, we're always going to support each other. So I think that's a really important thing, is just being able to separate the competitiveness from it and just be able to be happy and be supportive of each other no matter the outcome. If you win, that's great. If they win, that's great. Like, there's no sort of like resentment or like, we're competing against each other, so it's going to be really difficult to maintain that friendship before the show.
Gotcha. So go with someone that's mature.
Yes, but also like make sure that the person like that you're going with, like, you genuinely want to be able to support them as well. Because regardless of the situation, if Rochelle had decided to do other shows, I still would have 100% supported her. And it just so happens, New Zealand is a small country. We all end up kind of like having some of the same ideas, and it's inevitable that you're going to see friends on stage. It's like, it's just like the amateur leagues, right? The majority of the people on stage are friends with already. So it's just separating that.
True. I love that so much. Isn't that cool though, that we've got Kiwis that you might bump into on the pro stage over, like this was so like cool. 5 years ago. It's nuts.
I know.
I love it so much. Even the boys, like, come on, boys. Come on, boys. Ash,
they're getting there. They're getting there.
Yeah.
I'm loving, because I remember when we chatted last time, it was like, where are the boys at? What are they doing? It's like, I know now it's like picking up a little bit, which is really cool to see. And obviously like Ash being at Hawaii as well was such a cool moment as well. It was so cool to see him there.
Oh, I love that. What a cool little Kiwi unit, and everyone talks about you all, and it's like, watch out, like, we look sweet but we kill you. I love that. So good, babe. Moving into your first pro prep, so we talked about your off season. Let's talk about the prep side of things. What was the biggest differences between like your amateur preps maybe, and then going into this pro prep. So there was the pressure. Was there anything else that might have been different?
My body kind of reacted way too quickly to prep this time around.
Okay.
So when we started the prep, I was like, I want to do a 20-week prep just so we can take it nice and slow. And I'm not freaking out towards the end being like, I'm not lean enough. I'm not lean enough. Just for my mental, I was like, I need this to be 20 weeks so I can really just
cruise in.
Yeah, cruise into it.
Love it.
And I think it was about 12 weeks out. And I was like, I'm pretty much there.
What?
I'm pretty much there. So I think like every other week, I was going out having a cheat meal, like a refeed, or we were having to like bump up the food a little bit. So for majority of the prep, nothing changed diet-wise. Like it was the same across all 20 weeks. Like the first couple weeks it was lower, and then we had to bring it up because I was just like, my body weight was just doing this.
Wow.
So we had to bring it up, and it just stayed the same all the way up until peak week. There was no changes made to my diet at all.
Nuts, babe. And like, did cardio change or anything else change, or was it pretty much like everything was pretty much the same?
Cardio, we only got up to 30 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
It was such a weird thing for me because I was just like, I'm excited for prep. Like, I'm excited to take it slow, like really like just enjoy it and not feel like dead halfway through. And then my body was like, nah, we're just going all the way straight away. So
pretty.
Yeah. It was kind of like, it was like playing a balancing act between like keeping the look, but also like saving as much muscle tissue as possible, because obviously once you reach a certain point, it's like, okay, now we're going to start eating away at the muscle tissue.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of like playing around with it, balancing everything out, just making sure that I could maintain the proper path that we were trying to go for without obviously going too back and forth between like bringing up calories and bringing them down, bringing them up, bringing them down.
Yeah, because you want to keep full, hey, and you want to keep the glycogen in there, but you don't want to, and you want to stay lean, but it's like very confusing because I think a lot of people would be like, oh, that's ideal, 12 weeks out, we're ready, but there's actually a whole nother side to that, hey, and it's a really, like, how hard was that for you to eat more in your prep? And like, did you feel, could you see that you were ready, so you were like, sweet, or were you like, I don't know where we're going with this, but we're just going to roll with it?
I think it was like, it was a bit confusing for me because obviously like I've only done 2 preps before this. So I was like very used to, okay, we're starting here and the finishing point is probably going to be here and it's probably going to be hard. I've always experienced that like with the food, but last year it was just really confusing for me because I was like, visually, I look good. Yeah. But where we're at in terms of the prep, we should not be here visually.
Time-wise.
So it was like, what can we do to kind of combat this like insane weight drop, insane like just literally like I had full on like 10-pack and glute striations 12 weeks out. And I was like, what do we do? Like, how can we fix this? Because I never thought my body would just like immediately realize we're on prep and just go straight away.
Yeah, that's nuts, because like it doesn't happen for many people. Like really, it's just not that easy. But I guess your body's just like, oh, we're doing this again. Sweet, we're ready. Yeah. But did you feel like in prep you feel like dog shit? You're that lean, you feel like crap. Did you feel like that, or because you had a little bit more food, were you like alive?
I think honestly, I felt the best I've ever felt in a prep last year because my food was, I want to say, almost like double what I was having last prep. So it was like I was still eating a lot. I was still feeling like satisfied and full after my meals, which was really good. Like, in prep when you like eat a meal and you're still hungry afterwards because it's just not enough.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't have that feeling up until like peak week. So it was just.
Hey, that's cool. It was really cool.
Yeah, it was good, but it was like confusing because we were just like, how do we navigate? just this the whole way through, because we were just like, we need to bring the food up a little bit and then bring it back to normal, but we don't want to confuse
your
the body and the mind too much about what the food's doing.
Yeah, we're not going off season. We're just going just a little bit. It's crazy. It's a lot of trial and error, but a good amount of time. 12 weeks is a good amount of time.
Yeah.
Find your way. Okay, let's talk posing. What was it like learning because we talked about this in your last episode. I was like, now you're going to do 60 seconds and you're like, oh my God. But like, how was it learning a new routine? Was it fun? Obviously you're still working with Reed. Let's just talk about posing for a bit. We want to hear about it.
Yeah. It was actually a lot better than I expected. Obviously I had my reservations after my pro card win. I was just like, how am I going to do this? I'm not the most graceful person. I've never been the most graceful person. So posing was one of those things that came really hard to me. So obviously having Ree has been great. We worked hard. I think I said to her halfway through, I was like, you must be so glad that we're progressing, because if I had stayed the same from like our first session, you know, coming up to my pro debut, I would feel bad for you. You know, like it's not because I'm like trying to be difficult. It's just I genuinely can't. It's so hard for me to grasp these things because I've just never had any like dance background or any sort of like anything like that would make me more graceful. Like I'm very much in the gym side, right, of bodybuilding. Like lifting the weights is the easy part for me. So it was fun, it was challenging, and I'm also really grateful to Ree because I feel like I've grown a lot as a poser and as an athlete as well, just with like getting more comfortable with myself and with kind of adding those little like extra details into the posing routine. Because when I first worked with her, I was like, I don't want any frills. I don't want any like crazy things going with. Yeah, exactly. I was like, I don't want any like weird hand things going on. That's not me. We're just gonna do something simple and basic. And last year, exactly. And last year I was like, you know what? Well, we can add some things in this year. I'm feeling a little bit more confident. We'll add like a few little things here and there.
Nice. I love it. Did you have any say in your routine? Were you like at any point like, can we try this? Can I do this? Oh yeah, nice, cool.
Absolutely. I think as you know, like Ree is very much like, let's try this, let's try that. But she's also very open to hearing things. And you know, there were a few times where I chucked in some suggestions. I was like, I really like the look of like how this person did this. I want to try something like this. And some things worked, some things didn't, and that's okay. But you know, that's part of like creating a posing routine for yourself, right? It's like what works best for you, what is going to flow the best on stage, and how are you going to make this presentable in the best way possible. So I think that was like, it was like very collaborative, but obviously I let Ree take most of the reins for it because I'm not graceful, so she knows the best kind of ideas for posing. I love that so much, and that's why there's so many transitions, hey, is because it's going to be different for everyone. So it's like maybe this will work for you, maybe this will work for you. It's not just because we like making new things too. But and I was listening to a podcast the other day about how men's physique about 5 years ago, they just turned to the back. They didn't do their like transitions are new. Like it's so easy that we're living in this time. It's like, oh, we feel like this is all normal and this has all been the way it's been forever, but bodybuilding's just got to this like flair, this way it is, and it's just like such a craft. How often did you do posing with Ree? But then how often did you do posing on your own, just like to practice? So I think Ree, I pre-booked sessions for the whole year with Ree. Because I was like, I need my sessions. I need to see you, and we need to make this work. So I think every second week I went and saw her, and then, you know, pretty much every day to a certain extent, I would do some posing practice when I had the time. But obviously just, trying to get in as much as possible. Sometimes post gym, I'd go into the posing room and I'd just do like a couple quick rounds, just do like a few like comparison poses and just kind of build up my stamina in terms of like holding poses. because obviously when you're on stage, sometimes they'll be holding you there for a long time.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that I'm going to be working on a lot more this year, because I feel like last year I did quite a bit, but I feel like I need more, because it was unexpected how long they were kind of holding us up there for, or how long they had you on stage doing the back and forths.
Even on the side, like it was crazy. Yeah. We'll get into all that TOC madness very soon, but and Shawn Ray too, but TOC was just like, God, like they need to breathe at some point. But and just on posing before we finish up, are you going to change your routine now and do something different, or refining it for your next pro shows, or are you going to kind of keep it the same?
I am actually very undecided on this at this point. I think I need to go see Ree and figure that one out. But I think if anything, I would like to keep what I've got and just add a little bit more to it. Gotcha. Just like a little bit more fun, a little bit more of my personality in there too.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the more you grow as an athlete, the more you want your personality to shine through on stage as well. Mm-hmm. So I think being able to bring a little bit more confidence and personality to my routine would be really nice. So I think, probably keep it the same, just add a little bit more here and there.
Mm-hmm. Love that. I love it. Can't wait to see what it looks like next. I'm so excited. Let's talk about TOC. Let's go into that first. We have to do that first. So I don't know if some people that might have been listening, you might have listened to Kate's episode that I did after TOC, and how it's crazy because she was so nervous. She was like, oh my God, I'm going to lose and embarrass myself in front of everyone. Like I'm supposed to win, but I'm probably not going to, like she had that pressure. You felt that pressure. Yet we're all sitting here going, look at these queens that are so and like they all think they're going to win, and like no one's doubting themselves, and I want that confidence. And it's like, oh, they don't have that like they do, but like, you know what I mean? Like it's so funny to see that you guys are so humble and like just normal people as well. But like, what was that peak week like going into TOC? Were you like, because I would be shitting myself in some ways, but then what do you do? Channel confidence? Like what was your week like leading in?
Honestly, I was shitting my pants. I was so nervous. Like the first couple of days of peak week were fine. Mm-hmm. I was still home. Like I was packing up some things for Palmy. And then it was like my partner and I, we got on the plane and I was just like, this is happening. This is happening in like 2 days time. I'm like, what am I going to do? Like, this is so terrifying to me because obviously a lot of the girls on the stage that came over from Australia, they're quite well known, right? Mm-hmm. And that was the most daunting thing to me, was that like these people are coming in and like some of them like I've followed, like, you know, like I've watched their journeys myself. So it was really just more of that. And obviously being on stage with Kate was a whole other thing. Like it's so crazy because obviously like she's 2 times Olympia qualified, like she's been doing it. And I think that was probably the scariest thing for me, was like, I'm going up on stage against a 2 times Olympian. What the hell? You know?
I love it, babe. And you did so fucking well too. Like you would have not have thought like how it all would have gone. But anyway, it's just crazy. And then I wanted to ask about Jamie Wu, because she's obviously fucking lapped it. She's done so many pro shows. She's almost like Ash K. Like it's great, not quite, but obviously, you know, but she's crazy. But did you expect, she kind of is a bit of an underdog and she'll turn up looking a little different each time, but she looked fucking awesome at that show. Did she kind of surprise you a little bit in some weird way? Not like in an insulting way, we all love her, but like, did she just kind of come out and fucking take second and you're like, what? Jamie, like what? You know, like, because he would have been so many random mix of ladies.
Yeah. Honestly, not really. I wasn't surprised. Like Jamie and I have had a few conversations here and there. Like we've trained together before, and she's one of the sweetest people I know, but she is a weapon. Like she's an absolute weapon. She's so humble about it herself, but her shoulders and her glutes are insane. Like in person, even in off season, right? Like we've trained together in the off season. She just looks insane all the time. And I remember, I think it must have been when she was doing a couple of like Asian shows before she did Palmy. and we were talking about it, and she'd recently moved to a new coach.
Yeah.
And it seemed like from that show that they did together, the last one they did together, that she perfected her peak finally.
Nice.
Because I know we'd had conversations in the past before about, you know, peak weeks and stuff, and how sometimes it doesn't quite
align.
It's not quite there. And I fully understand that, because I feel like I've had moments where I'm like, we're just not quite on. So I think I was really happy for her that her new coach was able to bring out the best in her and, you know, make her look so phenomenal. And so I think it was really deserved at TOC that she came second. Obviously, it's so, you don't know who's going to go where, because it was such a not weird, but it was such a interesting mix of different shapes and physiques in terms of the bikini category. So I was like, I was more curious than anything to see where they placed everyone, because you never know, right?
And so many debuts.
I know.
So many debuts. So we were all like, how's Rochelle going to look? How's Lily going to look? How's Morgan Eldrick going to look? How's Corrine going to look? Like, there was so many. And it's just like, I can't even believe that was a pro day. Like, what? Like, it's just wild, man. It's crazy. So how was the day? Like, nervous, all peak week, freaking out, but excited. But then show day comes. What was backstage like? What was like your, just tell us about show day.
Yeah. So on Friday, the day before the show, we had like an athlete meeting, and we all came and like signed our contracts, and we got goodie bags, and they just kind of went over like how the show was going to be run. It was so interesting to be sitting there up on the stage, and there's just like chairs, and we're all in like almost like a big massive conference just discussing like the show day and stuff. I think that was really nice, just being able to have, like, obviously we have it for like the amateurs and stuff, but usually on the morning of the show, and there's so many people and everyone's talking, so you can't really hear all the details. So I think it was really nice just to have like that day before to go everything. And it was just us pros listening and like talking and discussing with Mo, which was really nice. And then, show day. My God, it was hectic. Obviously, for all of my shows, I've done my own makeup. So it was a big time management thing for me, because I was like, okay, I've got to get my tan done in the morning. I've got to get my makeup done. I've got to get my hair done, like all these things. And then I've got to, make sure my meals are all prepped. I mean, luckily my partner was very good, and he just cooked all my food for me and just had it all ready to go, had it all like laid out perfectly. I was like, oh, this is so good. This is so nice. And then like I had a final check-in with Tom, just to make sure that we were looking good, where we wanted to be for show day. And then the venue, amazing. I have actually been there before when I was younger. And it was just really cool to see that they had put so much effort and thought behind everything. And I mean, they had the DJ, they had, the announcer, they had all these beautiful crowns and everything. And I think the nicest thing was being able to just kind of get away from the amateur backstage. And we had like our own little room upstairs, which was really nice, just to be able to sit and relax with everyone. And we had absolutely perfect call times.
Oh, yes.
Like, it was perfect, like to a T. Like, they came up and they told us, all right, you guys have got like 20 minutes until you guys will be going up on stage. So, start getting yourselves ready, start bringing yourself downstairs to pump up and all that stuff. And it was like perfect timing across the board. And I loved it. It was so well run. I was so happy with it. But it was really scary. It was really scary.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. We'll get into like prejudging and stuff like that. I think it was actually quite funny with the call times, actually, because I was watching obviously the live stream, and they were like about to do comparisons for the bodybuilders, and they're like, oh no, off you go, come on. They get like just they're in the middle of it, and they're like, sorry, Liz.
Yeah.
Like, I love this because it's for the pros, man, and they're professionals. And is this what you get when you turn into a professional? So prejudging.
Yeah.
Off you come out, you do your routine. Did you feel good doing your routine? Was it nice to present to the nervous?
I was so nervous, like genuinely. Obviously, like everyone has like show day nerves,
Mhm.
but this was on another level. Like I was so nervous because pro debut, but on top of that, I pretty much know everyone in the crowd.
Yeah.
You know, like it's all these familiar faces, all these familiar people. Pretty much my whole entire family was there.
Oh.
And I was so nervous about competing against a lot of these girls. And I was just like, what if I fumble? What if I mess up? Like, what I was very caught up in like I'm just not going to do well because this is my first ever pro show. Like, there are so many good athletes that are on stage today. Like, everyone looks so good. So I was big time shitting my pants backstage, like right before going on stage. So I felt when I got up there, I was really nervous. Like I was heightened emotions, and I just felt like my routine was like 5 seconds and I was done. Like that's genuinely how I felt, because I felt so like I was just rushing through it, because I was one of the first people up on stage. And I was like, oh my God, let's go. And I was very conscious of the fact that they're like, okay, you have like this set amount of time for your routine. So I was like, I don't know how long it's been. Have I been up on stage for too long? Is it not long enough? Like, what do I do? So I was just like trying to be mindful of others, but it kind of changed it into like stage stress. And I was like, I just need to get it done and get off. Yeah.
First one done though, that's it. And then you get finals. So we'll talk about your finals as well, because obviously everyone feels better in finals. Everyone's routine looks better in finals. Kate will tell you the exact same thing. Like everyone always just has more like grace, and they're just like confident. They're like, fuck yeah, let's do it. Nothing to leave behind, you know? But prejudging was long, girl. Like I've got all the videos up on our YouTube. If you guys want to see and replay and watch it, you should, because they look great. But fuck, like 40 minutes, man. I was editing it. I was like, it took me like a day to edit the prejudging. And I was like, why is it so long? But tell us, so you did your routine, you line up, first call out, wasn't it? You were first call out, and you got called out many times to compare with multiple different people. How was that? Because obviously by that point, you can get into your groove, right? Did you find a little bit more confidence as that time went on?
honestly, for like the first like maybe 10 minutes or so of prejudging, I was still so nervous, because like I got called out for the first call outs, and they just kept me in there and kept changing people out. And I was like, okay, now it's my turn to change out, please. Like it's my turn. They're going to call my name now. And they didn't. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like I was up there working it in that call out for so long. And I could feel myself fatiguing on stage. And if you were there on the day, you would have seen that like I was vibrating on stage. Like I was like this. I was like my whole body. I was trying so hard to keep it in check. But because I'd just been up there for so long and they weren't changing me out, I was just like, I could feel like my endurance slowly fading. And I was just like, please let me go off to the side. Like, I just want to stand there for a second, catch my breath a little bit. Because it was like, did my routine, came off, and then we were straight back on for the prejudging. And I was straight back in the middle again for the call out. And I was like, I've had no time to breathe, right? So I was just like,
just crazy. They eventually came to the side. And then they did their second call out and like kind of third call out. It was all a bit of a mixy call out, but it was kind of, you were first call out until the very end of that first call out, and then you got to stand on the side. But then there was like another fucking 20 minutes of the next call out. Kind of, they gave everyone time, which was really cool. Like, doesn't matter if you were like 15, 14, whatever it was, they still gave you ages, like so much time on the stage, which is really cool. But how was the rest of prejudging? Were you sitting on the side like, bruh, like I need another meal at this point? Like, how did that go?
It was actually really good. I was glad. Like I was just happy chilling off to the side. And I mean, like, I think for majority of the time I was standing next to Kate, so I was just kind of like, what is she doing? How is she presenting herself on the side? Let me just make sure that I'm giving myself the best shot by, following by example.
Learning.
And I was just kind of trying to keep my composure. I think one thing that slipped though was my smile. Like there were a few moments like when I'm off to the side and my face is just like I think I think it was just because I was focusing so hard on like not cramping up or not like, yeah, and just trying to like give myself a moment to relax and rest a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So hard
it
to
was
get
still,
back on.
yeah, it was still really good. And obviously, like, I think it was really good that they gave everyone like ample stage time. But also, I think all like throughout the whole show, all around, no matter the placing, it was still very hard to put people like in certain placings, right? Because it's like everyone's so different. And, you know, the judging panel are probably going to have differing opinions on who's where.
Yeah.
So it was like they really needed to make sure that they had like their good positions for everyone. Yeah. So I think that was another thing that was quite difficult. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was good they did that, because they're like, first bikini pro show in New Zealand for ages. We need to do this properly. Like, if we fuck this up, everyone's going to talk about it. Like, behind the stage, we'll be on Instagram to like chatting about it. And then final. So you get off, you have a break, thank fuck. That's nice. And then you kind of, you know, your time to come back on. So that's really cool. You can just kind of like go away, do your thing. You get back on for finals. All right. How are you feeling then? Like, tell us about finals for TOC.
A lot calmer.
Okay, nice.
A lot calmer, which was good. I think it was just like, you know, show day jitters. And then my first show since my pro card. It had been a long time since I'd been on stage. And I was just like, all of those things were getting to me in the first like prejudging. But yeah, we came back. I felt a lot calmer, a lot better, which was really nice. And yeah, it was a lot better that time around, I think.
It was good. You looked like more comfortable.
Yeah. I also had like Mo came and talked to me as well, and he was like, pull yourself together. I was like, yeah, I'm hearing you.
Yes, sir. I will be onto that. And you didn't look uncomfortable in the prejudging. It just looked like you came back with just a little bit more in you. That's all. Like, it's not that noticeable to most people, but it's just like, just felt like you were a little more comfortable. And that's kind of the way it goes with finals. And then again, lots of comparisons and stuff like that. How did you feel through finals? Because obviously, you know, you're going to be top 5 or like you somewhere around there. You're like top 3, like somewhere. I'm somewhere at the top. But did at any point you go like, I think I might be here, or like what were your thoughts going through finals as it got to near the end?
Yeah. Well, obviously we had like our kind of top 5 call out, right? We did that, and then they kind of split us up into 2s.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, Kate and Jamie.
Yeah.
First and second.
Oh.
So I was like, obviously, like how the shows are run is very new to me, but I kind of got the sense that, okay, they're singling out these 2 to do comparisons against each other. That probably means that they're first and second place. And then they brought me and Rochelle out, and I was like, okay, that means they're tossing up between 3rd and 4th between us. And it was just like, I kind of knew, but at the same time, I was like, don't get your hopes up.
Yeah.
Don't get your hopes up. Don't set things into stone in your mind, because it could change at the last minute, right?
Yeah, true. Be really
obviously I was 3rd, but I was very, very surprised. Like the whole, like not surprised, but like the whole day itself, it just felt surreal to me.
Yeah. I
was just like, I'm doing my pro debut. Oh my God, there's no way I'm first call out, you know, like crazy experience.
Everything happened like kind of the way that you wanted it to, but you don't know if it's going to happen. Like,
yeah, exactly.
So scary. And then when you got called out for 3rd place, well, how did you feel about that? Were you stoked? Were you happy? Were you like, I did it? Like, obviously we want 2nd and 1st, but like you got top 3 first pro show. So did you feel good at the time for that? How was your feelings?
I was just like, wow. Wow. Top 3.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very hard like in the moment to kind of grasp it, but like obviously Kate and Jamie have a few years on me, right? They're seasoned athletes, like they know what they're doing. They just bring so much confidence to the stage, and they've got the physiques to back it up, right? So in my mind, I was like, obviously these guys are going to do really well. If I can make top 5, I'll be over the moon, you know? So I think being able to crack not only top 5, but get into the top 3, especially in a pro debut, was just such a surreal experience for me. I think that was so cool.
So cool. And you beat another Olympian too.
I know. And that
crazy.
in itself was shocking. I was like, what?
Like the people that you beat sometimes is like crazy, not who beat you, but who you beat is like, whoa,
yeah,
like, that's wild. So good day. Tell us like just a little recap. You were happy with TOC. You'd recommend it for anyone else doing it this year? Like give us that little recap before we move to Shawn Ray.
Absolutely. Even as an amateur, I think TOC is probably one of the best shows of the year.
Yeah.
I know that this year it's before nationals, which is really cool. Obviously it's just a standard qualifier for the nationals, but it is still a really good experience. It's lots of fun. I mean, Shane and the team at Nutrition Systems, they really put their all into getting that show ready. And obviously as a pro, experiencing that my first pro show in my hometown it's unbeatable, right? Like it's very nerve-wracking competing at home, but I don't think I would want to have it any other way, because it feels like a full circle moment, right? Like you won your pro card here and now you get to do your first pro show here. So I think anyone that wants to do it should do it.
Yeah, amateurs, everybody get amongst it. It'll be so good this year as well. It just gets better every year. Okay, Shawn Rays, let's go into that, because obviously different ball game, eh? Like almost everything's like even just the crowd. You know how you're like, I knew everyone in the crowd. Shawn Rays, no, like I mean, one or two people. So like, how I think was it a week, 2 weeks? Can you just give us that little bit of a gap in between TOC and Shawn Rays and maybe what you got up to in that time?
Well, it was literally the next weekend.
It was a week, yeah.
So TOC was on the 1st of November.
Yeah.
And then Shawn Ray was the 8th.
Okay. Wow.
So 7 days. We flew home on the Sunday, pretty much straight back into it. I think literally the first thing we did when we got home was eat and then go straight to the gym. And then I think on Tuesday we flew out to Hawaii. So Rochelle and we flew out together. Ash and Lou were actually on the same flight as us, which was really cool. And Rhiannon and her partner Ben as well. So it was like a cool like little New Zealand team on the flight. So we flew into Hawaii, we landed, and it was pretty much just like get to our accommodation, get ourselves set up, and then go sort out food and groceries, any sort of like little things that we need that we don't have. Obviously, like being in the comfort of home, we have everything we need here, but there are just so many little things that you need that you wouldn't really think of. Like we had to go and buy like a weight scale while we were over there.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
we had to go buy sheets so we didn't mess up the sheets for our tan. I know it was so many little things, but I think interestingly enough, I was a lot calmer going into Shawn Ray.
Okay.
I think the pressure of being at home is a lot worse than being in Hawaii in like another country doing a show. Like I felt so calm, like it wasn't even funny. Like I thought I was going to get like all nervous wreck on the night before and like have trouble falling asleep, but I was fine. I was actually fine.
That's crazy. Is that kind of like maybe just like there is like less pressure? There's just less people that are expecting you to do well or whatever. You're just kind of are more of like the small fish in the pond over there, whereas here you're like everyone thinks Lily's going to win. You know, like I feel like is it kind of that? It feels like that could be that.
It does really change it a lot. Like I mean, the only people that were in the crowd in Hawaii there was like 3 or 4 people over from New Zealand that were there watching us, supporting us. So I think it was a lot easier because it was like, there's no one in this crowd. I don't even know half the girls that are on stage with me. So there's no reason to be nervous about it.
Yeah, just go and do it, eh? Just go and do the thing, do what you've been practicing, and then just see what happens. And it fucking turned out pretty good. I mean, Ree was in the crowd, which is nice because you had your posing coach there, which is something you probably don't like expect to have with you when you go overseas, but that would have been a nice little mini comfort from home. And then maybe talk to us about like the rego was probably a lot different than the New Zealand one. Maybe talk to us about the evening before and then leading into the show day, and then we'll go through how it all went.
So on Friday, obviously, like they have pro tan there, which is really cool. So Rochelle and I opted to get our tans done in the afternoon before the meeting.
Oh, yeah.
So we got our tan done. We were kind of waiting around for the meeting. We had our meal. And then they kind of just went over all of the people, firstly, that are going to be there supporting the show day. They went over the judges. They went over the people that are doing certain jobs for the day. And then they obviously talked about like the show running and how it's set up. So this is the first time I've ever had a 2-show format where prejudging is the morning and then we come back in the afternoon for finals. So I think that was probably the hardest part about the show, was having such a long time between prejudging and finals. So they just kind of went over how everything's going to stack up on the day, who's going to be doing what, who's going to be behind the stage helping you out. And then they went through all of the different media. So like the live stream, the videographer, the photographer, all of that stuff that are available for the athletes. And then we all kind of one by one, they called us up to sign our contracts, pick up our number and all of that, get some photos, order photos or videos that we wanted. And yeah, just kind of like go along the table, like talking to everyone. And it was so interesting. It was kind of in my mind, I was like, this kind of feels like a buffet. Like, you know, when you're like in the line and you like go and you like pick like things out. And
I love it. Oh, that's cool, babe. And then show day morning, what was that like for you? Because obviously you said 2-show format. How early was your prejudging for you? Because obviously we're all in New Zealand, different times and stuff, but like how was that for you in terms of like how early was it?
I mean, it was a very early wake-up call because I think we got up at like 4:30 in the morning to do hair and makeup. And then I think from memory, the show started at like 8 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So the boys were up first, like the men's physique pros. They went before us. And I think it was about 8:30, 8:45, the girls went up. Like it was pretty much just like get the guys up on stage, get them to do their individuals, and then do like a little comparison and the first 5 that went on stage, the next 5. So they did it like that, which was really cool. And then it was me on stage. I was again one of the first ones on stage. And I felt so calm. Like the energy backstage was just really good. Like everyone was having fun. Everyone, even like the showrunners were like, you know, having fun, encouraging people to just like relax and have fun backstage while they're waiting to go up. It was just really smoothly run and I just felt so relaxed. I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be fine. I'm going to take my time. I'm just going to enjoy the moment because this is my first international pro show and I want to just be able to soak up every moment that I'm there.
Yeah, love that, mate. And what was the stage? Because was the stage like hard? Was it like carpet? Was it different? Like what was give us that environment, you know, from your
the stage honestly wasn't the best. It was kind of like one of those fold up stages. So that had heaps of like metal joiners on the stage. So it was kind of like being in a landmine. Like you had to be really careful of where you put your feet. Yeah. Because like if your heel is on that, you're going to go forward. Or if like the foot of your heel is going to be on it, you're going to start swaying a bit. And I know a couple of people on the day, they felt a little bit off kilter because of that. But I think it just kind of added a little bit of extra fun to the day, you know, like, oh, watch out.
Yeah, don't focus on the judges, focus on theirs, it's fine.
Yeah, focus on the floor because you will trip.
Oh my God, I love it. Okay, so pre-judging for this. Let's talk about that because, again, first call out. She's in the mix. You're in the middle. Obviously, we got to watch this on YouTube. Thank you, Shawn Ray. We love you so much because it was free and we all got to watch it. And it was pretty good quality. And we got to watch Ash. Everything was so cool about that. Hopefully, they do that again. But tell me about, pre-judging. When you got your first call out, like, how were you feeling in that moment, like in the whole pre-judging?
I mean, they did it a little bit differently. So they kind of brought us out in sections. So obviously there were about, I think there was about 14 or 15 of us girls. Mm-hmm. So they brought out the first 6 in alphabetical order, and then they brought out the next 7. Mm-hmm. So we were in that, and they just did like a couple of comparisons within that. And then they brought out the other 7. We stood off to the side. They did some comparisons with them. And then that's when they kind of picked out numbers to do first call out. So I was in that one. And again, very shocking, very surprising to me, because obviously this is a different level of competition. Not to say that TOC's, like, the athletes weren't amazing, but it was just the unknown, like not knowing who's on stage was just, it felt that little bit harder to me. And obviously, like, you see these people backstage, right? And you're like, holy shit. Yeah. These girls are insane.
Crazy. Yeah.
So yeah, being in first call out, I was just like, what
are we doing? So good.
But I was just like, okay, roll with it, just work as hard as I can to keep my posing on point. Just make sure that I'm presenting myself in the best way possible at each and every transition, every turn, every walk. I was very, very, very mindful of that throughout pre-judging, because I was like, obviously I want to give myself the best opportunity. And I think because I wasn't as nervous, I was very calm on the day. I felt very confident in myself. So I think that also showed on stage as well. Like, I felt very, like, I was like, okay, like, I can kind of be a little bit more myself on stage and just like give a little bit more to the judges, because I'm not so much up in here.
Yeah. And when that's all full of just madness, like, you can't obviously streamline things and think like, it's so much harder, right? So that makes sense perfectly, and you can just channel your thoughts a little bit easier. And then there was that massive gap between the morning show and even I was waiting. I was like, bro,
I know,
like, what is going on here? But it was a long time, but it's kind of cool. Like, I mean, you get to eat more, and the shitty thing about that is you didn't even get judged at finals, which was fucking stupid, because I reckon even placings might have even been a little bit more different if we did, because you guys all looked fuller. All the Kiwis come out in finals, and I was like, is everyone been eating like non-stop? Like, all of you looked fuller. Rochelle, you, like, everyone just looked so good. So tell us about the gap in the middle, and then when you come back for finals, let's take us through that.
I mean, we didn't really do much, to be honest. Like, we just, honestly, like, once we got off stage and we were done for pre-judging, they were like, we'll see you back at finals. We're like, okay, cool. Rochelle and I, we literally just packed up our shit and we walked out. We left. We went back to our apartment, and I fell asleep. I had a nap.
Wow.
I was like, we had all the windows open, like all the curtains and stuff. We were just getting some air, and I was literally just there like this, like asleep.
Love it.
Which was so nice, because we'd woken up really early. So I was like, I definitely needed a little bit of
the rest.
Yeah. Which was really good. And then obviously we ate some more. And then we kind of left maybe like 45 minutes before finals starts for the men, just because I was like, I want to be there early so we can just set ourselves up and just make sure that we're not like rushing around for anything.
Fair enough. That's good, babe. And then so did that all run like real smoothly, like for finals? Were they like, you're up?
It was like bang on time. Like, obviously TOC, like, they just kicked everyone off stage. But I think with having the 2-show format, they were just able to like right on time go for it. Which was really cool.
And did you feel like your physique looked different at finals? Did you feel any different? Like, how was your routine? Did you enjoy it the second time?
I think my tan looked lighter at finals, which was a bit annoying, because that was something that they said. They were like, your tan needs to be darker. But I think it was just because some of it had rubbed off when I was having a nap. And then when I got a top up before finals. It just wasn't quite enough.
Okay.
So I think that was a little bit disappointing, but it wasn't the end of the world, obviously, because they didn't really do much judging in finals.
Yeah, that's
Everything
true.
was pretty much set in stone.
Yeah.
I think I looked a little bit fuller. And obviously my routine was still very good the second time around. If anything, better again, because I'd already done it in the morning. I felt way less nerves, so I felt more confident. I did kind of like, there were a few moments in the morning where I kind of messed up my posing routine. So I was like, I want to make sure that everything is fine in finals.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it was all good. It was all fun. Finals was kind of just like, okay, let's get this over with. I'm ready to go eat some food.
Yeah. And it was your like last show of what you planned, and it's like, okay, this is it now. Like, I mean, fuck, I just got to do my best and let's get it done. Like, let's find out where I am. Okay, placings. They're going through, they're doing their placings. I've actually forgotten where Shawn and Rochelle are, but it's okay. They were in top 5. So they're going through top 5, and you hear these girls, Rochelle gets called, Shawn gets called, and you're like, fuck, well, I know I'm not 6th or 7th or 8th, so like, come on.
Yeah.
But we know Eureka, I think her name's Eureka, she's won it like every fucking year, like the last 3 years, whatever. But it would have got down to you two. And then were you like, fuck, I might have won this, or it doesn't matter, I don't care, like first or second's good? Like, what were your thoughts when they were going through those numbers?
It was really daunting for me, because obviously, like, when they're announcing like the places, they were like, in 5th place from New Zealand. I was like, yep, that's me. Yep, that's me, I'm ready. And it was Rochelle, and then they said in 4th place from New Zealand. I was like, okay, that one's me. And then they said Shan, and I was like,
wait, what?
What's going on here?
Yeah.
What? And then they were like, in 3rd place. I was like, okay, 3rd place again. It's going to be me, right? And then they called out Alicia, I think her name is.
Yeah, from Spain.
I was like,
yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and she's a seasoned Olympian. For anyone who doesn't know, she's been to Olympia many times and won many pro shows. Okay,
I know.
Put that out there. And then you were next.
And then I was just like, oh, okay. So I actually, like, it could be me. It could be me. And it was at that point in time, like, I really wasn't sure which way it would go, because obviously Eureka and I had been put in the middle.
Yeah.
For both like prejudging and finals. Like, they kind of mixed the two of us around a little bit. So I was like, it could go either way at this point. And obviously I came 2nd, which was crazy, because not only was it like just an insane experience being in a pro show in another country, but to be able to do that well against some really good athletes was just like, it was mind-blowing to me. I was like, there's no way.
It's crazy. You did so well, babe. Did you meet Eureka backstage or anything? Did you have any interactions with her, and what was she like if you did?
We had a little bit, but I was kind of like, everything, like, obviously, like, me and Rochelle and Shawn were all kind of in the same area before we went up on stage. And then we were all kind of in a line. And I think Eureka was one of the last girls on stage in terms of like
routines and numbers.
Routines and stuff. So we weren't next to each other. We did, like, I did say congratulations to her, like, after the show. Like, I said, like, really good job, like, rah, rah. But we didn't really get much opportunity other than that, just because it was so full on. And obviously, like, they are so onto it with things. So it was just like one after the other, bang, 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 like, just keep going. So there wasn't really like a lot of opportunity to sit and chat.
Yeah, fair. That totally makes sense. And it's just like that at pro shows. A lot of people do ask, like, how did you talk to like Laura Lee? How's like, how's she got fucking time, bro? Are you kidding me? Like, and I'm scared. So no. It's so funny to see what people think it's quite relaxed backstage, but it's not really for pro shows. Hey, it's a little bit more of, it's another level up. Amateurs are like, let's have a coffee. And it's like, no, there was business time. So 4 points for 2nd place. 3 points for 3rd place. That's 7 points towards your first Olympia after your first 2 pro shows ever. It's fucking crazy, babe. Like, it needs to be on the news. Like, why is this not on the news? It is crazy. But like, do you feel good about that? Like, because obviously you want to be like, okay, I want to get it 7 to 25 so I can fucking go to the 11. But are you proud of yourself with that? And then like, Do you want to add to that number before next? Like, tell us about that. Like, 'cause that's so big.
I mean, obviously, again, it's just another crazy experience. Like, we're obviously, like, I don't know if you do, but I follow a lot of like Bikini Pro update pages and like all of those things, and seeing my my name in the top 25 for points, even though obviously it's like it's only the start of the year, like they haven't even started the pro shows.
It doesn't matter though.
I was just like, this is crazy. Like my name is there. Like this is, I think that in itself is just like a crazy thing to think about. I'm just like, there's a chance, maybe.
Right? You're on the chart. She's there.
My name's there. It probably won't be there in another couple of weeks, but it's there.
But it's there now. Take that. We'll take that.
You know?
It'll come back if it's gone in a couple of weeks. Just back on the stage again. It's just a job, isn't it? But after that, so how did you feel with that? Like, tell us maybe after Hawaii, what did you do? You obviously come home and stuff like that, but did the second place sink in? Were you at any point like, fuck, I wish I got third? Like, obviously we do, but like, talk us through just the feelings, because they're all normal, natural. We just want to know. I
mean, honestly, I was just over the moon. Like, I felt really emotional about it, because I was just like, this is yet again like another crazy experience. And, you know, like last year I was winning my pro card, and that was a crazy emotional experience for me. And then, you know, fast forward a whole year and I'm coming second in a pro show, like my first ever international one. So it was just like, it was a lot to take in. But it was just like, I can't even explain it. It was just like, I was like, what? This is crazy.
It's not.
I mean, like, obviously Rochelle and I, we had like another week after pretty much a week after the show, where we were in Hawaii, just enjoying like a little bit of like relaxation and food and stuff, did some shopping. And then came home and it was just like back to normal. Normal. Jump on, you know, reverse diet, get myself back up to where I need to be. Start training, like start pushing, because obviously like when I got my feedback from Tim Gardner himself, which was crazy, obviously I was like, okay, these are my work-ons. As soon as I get off that plane and I'm home, I'm back to working on it. I'm back to building. I'm back to doing as much as I can to grow as much tissue between now and when I compete next.
Yes, I love that, babe. And that's kind of cool, because a lot of people would, like, I've heard a lot of interviewing pros and stuff, that when you get home, it's like it goes from the madness and the chaos and the craziness to nothing. And you're like, oh, it's just me. Like, this is just me. And you kind of either have to fall in love with it and grind and love it, or you realize it's not for me. I just love this part, you know? And it's kind of cool, because obviously you love the whole thing and you're just in the right place, you know, doing the right thing. It's really cool, babe.
I mean, after like getting a third and a second place, I was just like, okay, this thing is actually doable for me. Like this is something I can definitely achieve. So like as soon as I got home, I was like, there's nothing stopping me right now. I just need to keep pushing, grow some more. I know what I need to work on. I know how I can be better next time. So now it's just between now and when I start prep, it's just like push as much as I can and just do quite literally everything possible to get to where I need to be.
Yeah, and just to be better again every time, right? Exactly. Yeah, I love it, babe. That's so cool. And just before we finish up on the Hawaii thing, did you get to meet Shawn Ray? And what was he like, if you did?
I didn't actually. I was so bummed about it. My mum actually met him like the day before show. Like she was out walking the beach and she met him, which was so funny. But I didn't actually get an opportunity to say hi or anything, just because he was so busy himself. And there was a guy backstage who actually like passed out and fainted.
Oh shit.
So he was running around like trying to get this guy like some medical attention and like make sure he's okay and stuff like that. So he was just like off in his own world doing his own thing. But it was really cool to see how involved he was. I think that was a really big thing for me, because obviously like he kind of sponsors the show, right, as Shawn Ray. But it was just really nice to see him super involved with everything. Even just like the setup and all of that was really cool.
Yeah, he's really cool. Ex-Olympian, I think, and he's just the man. He's just really, really like one of those cool guys in the sport. I want to meet him one day, hopefully. Yeah, well, maybe. And just one more thing on Hawaii. What was I going to say about Hawaii? Oh, top 5 for you three ladies. Ash didn't get a placing, which was really, I was gutted for him, but it's just a matter of time before Ash will be there. He's probably like, okay, but I'm spending a lot of money on the process.
Yeah.
But he will get there, and we're really excited for that. And that was my other question about Hawaii, just before we finish up, because I know that other girls, before we finish up on Hawaii, we've got to move to Instagram questions next. But there's a lot of people that want to do that show now. Like, it's been put on the map, and you girls have done a great job of that even more. It's nice and close to home. Is there any advice that you would give to the girls or anyone that wants to do Shawn Rays, or like anything from like climate, like how much that fucks you, anything that's expensive? Because I know Hawaii's got random, just anything like random like that you might be able to give us advice.
I mean, obviously, like NZ to US dollar, the difference is crazy, right?
Mad. Yeah.
Hawaii is even worse for that, because obviously they're the island. Yeah. So everything has to be brought in from the mainland. So everything is a lot more expensive there. It may seem like it's not a lot, but you just have to remember you're spending in USD. So a lot of the things that you're buying are probably the same, if not more expensive than what we get here in New Zealand. Just plan really well. Like there's a lot of good places on Airbnb for accommodation. Yeah. Rochelle and I got like a little studio apartment, which actually wasn't too far from the venue, which was really nice. Like we didn't even really plan it. We were just kind of like, this is a good option. Let's pick here. Doesn't matter how far away it is from whatever. We're going to rent a car. That would be another thing I would say, is rent a car. Or kind of try and set up like a good like transportation route. I know the buses there are pretty cheap, but getting an Uber every day will just wreck you.
Fuck no.
So I think in the long run, like if you're going to be there for like say 2 weeks, like Rochelle and I were, it's really like a good idea to get a car so you can kind of get yourself back and forth from where you want to go. And I think it saves a little bit of money as well, compared to like Ubering everywhere.
Yeah. And you want to see the island and stuff, you want to get around.
Exactly. Like you want to see things, and you don't want to be restricted by whatever transportation is available there. And for anyone that is going, check out the Iron Hawaiian gym. The owners are so lovely. I had the best time there. It is such like a classic old school bodybuilding gym. Love it. And just the sheer amount of equipment in there was just like mind blowing to me. I was like, oh my God, this is like every bodybuilder's dream. Like it was such a cool gym.
Oh man, do you have a bucket list of gyms you want to try? Like surely you do as well. Like all these states gyms like Dragon's Lair and fucking Venice Beach and like
there's so many gyms. I've actually seen the Venice Beach Golds. So
did you train there, or did you just like little
I wasn't actually into bodybuilding at that point in time. It was like 2019.
Oh yeah.
So I was like in the gym, but I wasn't really like into it at that point. Yeah. Gotcha. But it was really cool. It was a cool experience. My dad actually met Dorian Yates while he was there.
So cool. And you'll be back there one day. Like I'm just
absolutely.
Yeah, I'll come with my camera.
Everyone's got like a bucket list, right? Of like all these amazing gyms all over the world.
We'll get to all of them at some point. And there was just one thing, last thing on Hawaii was that I remember I went there and I remember the gyms were really expensive. So if you're going to find one, obviously go to the good one. So like you said, what was it called again? Iron Hawaiian or something? Iron
Hawaiian, yeah. I think it was $60 USD for like a week pass.
It's okay.
So it wasn't too bad. Yeah. And I mean, they're pretty chill with everything. Like there's a posing stage. Oh, cool. There's like a changing room, obviously bathroom. There's like a yoga studio. Oh. And they've got, you can eat in there, which is really great. Like if you need meals and you're like post training, you're like, I need my meal now. They've got a microwave and a whole like setup there, which is really cool.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, 'cause I remember it was like 30 USD to go for one visit at one of the gyms. And I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? It's the same in like Europe. And I'm like, do people train? Like, what are we doing? But anyway, yeah, that's a great piece of advice there, babe. I love that. And then just to finish off where you're at now, and then we'll do your Instagram question. Sorry, I've had you for so long, but
Oh, that's okay.
keep you for myself. So getting off the stage, coming back into it, Christmas, all of that stuff. Where are you at now? Like, how are you feeling now? Are you obviously fully reversed, and like, are you into your growing season? Like, give us a little update.
Yeah, so at the moment, obviously we're out of reverse diet, which is great. Back to pretty much normal. I did say to you before we like started recording, like this is probably the best off season I've had. I just feel like I'm in a really good place, like physically, mentally, and my health is probably at its best it's ever been in off season, which is really nice. Where I've just been eating, growing, training hard, and obviously that kind of leads me to where I'm going to be going next.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. I'm
um,
excited. You can share that now if you want to. You can do whatever you want.
yeah,
I know there's a few changes. Like you're training at different gyms and stuff now. Like, yeah,
yeah,
tell us what's next and what Lily's going to be doing this year.
yeah. So this year I will be competing, which is very exciting. I did kind of announce it on Instagram, but I didn't really set the shows in stone. But I'll be away for about a month
Yeah.
in August. So obviously you probably know Shan is doing a few shows this year as well. We're doing some of the same ones, which is really cool. So I'm doing the Tampa Pro Show.
Yay!
I'm doing the Atlanta Pro Show.
Yay!
The Nashville Pro Show. And then I'm going to finish up and I'm going to do the Arizona Pro Show as well before I come home. So I'm going to try and give myself a couple of good shots, see how I do, see where I stack up. But yeah.
You could just win two of them and then just fuck those 7 points off. Like,
I wouldn't be opposed to it, but
I'm not trying to get in the head or anything.
just see how we do. Just see how we do. Yeah. And then obviously back home, October 17th is the Palmy Pro Show, which I will obviously be attending. I'm very excited about that one. Shane did tell me pretty early on, he was like, it's happening again.
Yeah. It is. He's all announced now. Everyone's got
I know.
So it'll be really cool. Got our figure pro show, got the classic physique again. So it's going to be really good year for us over here again. I'm really excited. We're putting it on the map. We're putting Aussie to shame.
So good.
Yeah, so exciting, babe. And you've seen those shows, like you've seen the Tampa and the Nashville one, babe. That's a beautiful show. Like the side of like the way they set the stage up, and it's very feminine. So I'm like, sorry boys, but like it's a feminine show. It's pink, it's cute, it's girly, run by MCs that are female. It's awesome. So and Tampa obviously Jazz, and Kate. So it's just cool to see, and they're big shows, right? So it's going to be really cool. I'm so excited.
It's going to be so much fun. And I'm really glad as well because Shan is doing obviously 3 of the same shows as me. So we're just going to end up doing the travel and the accommodation together. So it'll be really nice to have someone again. And then I think I'm all by myself for Arizona Pro. But
you'll be ready for that though.
I'll be fine. Ready. I'll be a veteran at that point, You
would have made new friends by that point. In the American crew. And before we get into your questions from Instagram, because there was a couple in there too, some different stuff. I just wanted to ask your advice for maybe like, because you're still like super young, 23, but like what about the girls that might like 19, they're 20, they're wanting to get into bikini, not football, they want to do bikini, which we know was like just that next level of condition and all that stuff. What advice would you give them in terms of like what you've learned in your process?
Just grow. Just grow. Be patient and grow. Those are the 2 things that I think are the most important in terms of like becoming a bodybuilder, entering this world. I don't know if it's just me, but I'm a very competitive person and I want to do well. Like I really want to do well when I start something new. So when I competed for the first time in 2023, it wasn't on a whim. I wanted to compete for like about 2 years before that. I kind of decided, okay, I want to compete. But I held off from it because I was like, I know I'm not at the point where I have the density or the kind of structure that is necessary for the category I want to go into. So I'm going to spend this time just growing, training hard, building that muscle density that's really necessary for bikini. Because I mean, you look at some of the pros, right? And you're like, it doesn't look that crazy, but it really is crazy. Like the amount of density that they have on them, it's baffling. Like it's actually insane. Like you don't realize it, but seeing them up and close in person, I'm just like, wow, like these girls are so dense.
Yeah.
But I think that's probably my best advice is just like be patient, you know, give yourself some time to really think about it. And if you want to be competitive in it, take some time to really grow, really push as hard as you can and build up that density and that muscle and make sure that your shape is fitting into the category that you want to go into. Because that's another thing. I mean, like anyone can build muscle, but if your physique doesn't match the criteria, it can be really hard and, you know, it can bring you down a lot as well. If this is something that you're passionate about, but you don't fit into this category and you're constantly getting no's wherever you turn. So I think, being sure that you're like in the right category. And if you're not sure where you fit, you can enter multiple different categories to see what suits you best and what the judges say.
Yeah, I love that, babe. That's so true. And it's a weird sport because like just because you love training doesn't mean you're going to be good here. It means like if you love back day, you can't just do back day every day. Like you will get into figure or you'll be too big for fucking bikini in a minute. You know, what about your lower body? You can't just do what you want to do. And like gym girls, they just want to go to the gym and do glutes or and you do a lot of glutes, but some days you're going to have to do fucking triceps and chest or shit you don't want to necessarily do. So it's like, it is weird. You have to like enjoy punishment in a weird way and enjoy being told what to do. I don't know, it's so strange, but it's just harder than what most people think. I think from the outset, people are like, I want to do that. It's like, I don't know, if you just want to be a gym girl and have fun with it, I would recommend Fit Model to start with, man. And they'll tell you like, oh, your bikini girlfriend. Like,
And I mean, that's what Fit Model was brought in for, right? It's an entry level category to kind of get people in the door.
Absolutely.
And you can absolutely build out a Fit Model, right? Like it's like once you get to a point where you're like, okay, like this was really good to like introduce myself to the world. Now I'm going to take a year off season, train really hard because I want to come back and do bikini.
Yeah.
It's a really good starting point for a lot of people. I think it's a really good thing. But obviously, like if you're right off the bat, like, no, I'm doing bikini first show, just take the time. Just take the time and grow because you need a lot more than you would expect.
Yes, you do. Oh my God.
I'm sure you know that as well. Like it's crazy.
I'm like, Jesus, am I premenopausal? What's going on here, bro? Like I'm trying to grow. What is my feeling? And I think a lot of people think that you just jumped into the sport. They were like, oh, Lily's just genetically gifted. She just jumped in 1 year and just like made it up, you know? But like, no, like there's work beforehand. And like same thing with Jasmine Baker. Like she worked for years before she came in bigger and everyone was like, who's this bitch? Like, because it's crazy that how much work you want to put into it. So I back that hard, babe. That's a great piece of advice. All right, Instagram questions. All right, there's heaps of random shit in here, so we're going to dive into different areas, but we're just going to do it. And I'm going to mix it up. We're going to start somewhere in the middle instead. So thoughts on Maureen as a 2025 champ?
Yeah, I loved her shape. I think she has such a great shape for the category. Obviously, like she wasn't as conditioned as some of the other girls, which I know threw off a lot of people. And there was a lot of talk about like, why is she like
softish?
Why is she soft? Like, why was she picked as first? Like these other girls here. But like, I'm sure like everyone's seen the recap from Tyler Mannion and like talking about that. And it's just like, you can understand where he's coming from, right? Like bikini is a criteria with a bunch of boxes to tick. And it's very hard to tick all of the boxes. So generally when they're picking winners, it's like, okay, who ticks the most boxes? And they may not have everything, but they will have a majority of it. And Maureen herself has said she doesn't get that to that level of conditioning herself. Like it's quite hard for her, damn near impossible. So I think they picked well. And I think this year it will be very different. obviously because we've got Ashlyn, who's kind of like moved up the ranks.
Yeah.
And we've got Jazzy as well. Like I love Jazzy's physique. I think she's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So I think those two are going to be really big competitors this year. And obviously Laura Lee making a comeback. I'm really hopeful for her because obviously she's a tall girl as well. So it gives me hope when she does well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it'll be different this year.
Yeah.
But for what the competition was last year, I think Maureen was very deserving of it.
Yeah. And I like that presentation kind of one because it's going to step people up in the game a little bit. Girls, get on with your hair, okay? And get your shit together.
Yeah.
She's so beautiful. She's like almost sexy and like there's so many like lines of like where she meets up. She's just perfect. She's so stunning.
She's so confident as well. And I think that translates really well on the stage to the judges.
Yeah.
Because the more, like I said, like the more confidence you can present and the more personality you can show of yourself to the judges, the more they're going to like you.
Absolutely, 100%. And she's like, if you've watched her over the years, she's night and day from what she was. So it's kind of cool they awarded that.
Yeah.
What about Arnold champ? It's like a couple of months away. It's like 2 months away. Not even that.
Yeah.
7 weeks.
Honestly,
who do you think will win that?
I have no idea, if I'm being honest. I have no idea. I mean, my friend Tiana Weymouth, she's competing, which is so exciting.
Yes.
I can't wait to see how she does. She's put on some really good size since her last comp. So I'm really interested to see how it will go for her. Obviously there's some really big names in there, some comebacks as well, which is cool. But I think it's kind of all up in the air for me. I can't think of anyone who I'm like, yeah, they're winning, you know, like it's like everyone's game. And it's one of like the first ones of the year as well. So I'm like, you just gotta see how it goes, right?
But there's a lot of people for us to watch. It's going to be fun for us to watch and just like keep us in the season, like keep us going. Like Amy's there, Ashlyn's there, Laura Lee's back. I've got a feeling Laura Lee's going to win it. Ashlyn and Ash are going to come second and third or whatever. Something like that. Who knows? Like, but just Laura Lee coming back, you know, she's going to be on smoke. Like,
yeah,
she's not coming in like 5% off. It's like there's no fucking chance after Olympia. There's no way.
Exactly. Like you can definitely tell she's been working hard, right?
Yeah.
Like I've been like,
yeah,
I've just been watching her posts and stuff, and I'm like, she's coming back real good this year.
Yeah, and less aggressive, just like knowing she's got it, eh? Like less like arrogant. She's just more like, I'm gonna just do it, and it just looks good. It's gonna be good. Okay, what's your new coach like? You've got a new coach. Like, tell us about that.
Yes.
Someone asked what inspired the change up, because this happens in a lot of my episodes. A lot of people change coaches. Everyone wants to know kind of like not why, but maybe like what do you want to learn from the next one and all that kind of shit.
Yeah. So I started working with Zach Fotheringham about eight weeks ago. He is a UK coach. He coaches a lot of really good pros. He's got Olympians on his team. And he works with Strom as well. So he was recommended to me by Logan, who's one of the guys that runs Strom in New Zealand here. And the change, it was a hard decision to make. I'm not going to lie. Obviously, working with Tom for 4 years, being alongside him, being a good friend of mine, it was tough. But I think after Hawaii, I just kept having thoughts of like, where to next? What? And for lack of better words, I have a severe lack of knowledge in terms of competitions, pro shows, strategies for pro shows, all of that stuff that comes with competing as a pro, I'm clueless about, right? Because I've only done 2 pro shows now. So I wanted to find a coach that had just that extra experience with strategies for pro shows, Olympia level knowledge, and just be, you know, have a little bit extra knowledge and just have that peace of mind of knowing that this person that's coaching me has that extra knowledge to help me in certain situations, like planning pro debuts, planning pro tours and stuff like that, because it's a lot. It's a lot to figure out by yourself. And if you don't have someone that knows what they're doing in terms of that, it's really hard to figure it out for yourself.
Absolutely.
That was the main thing. It was just like, I want someone that has that extra experience in that pro community, you know? And he's really great. Like, we've been working together for 8 weeks. He managed most of my my reverse diet. And now we're kind of in like a push-up phase. So we've increased calories. Training has been really, really good. Like, we're seeing some really good progress. There's definitely a lot of muscle tissue being added in places that we're working on, which is really cool. And yeah, overall, his attention to detail and attention to just like the little things for athletes, for their betterment, is just really cool to see. Like, it's on another level, right? Because he's like pro and Olympian coach. Yeah. He knows all these little tiny things that you probably wouldn't even think of as yourself as an athlete. And then he's just like, these are the things, like, let's do this.
Yeah, I love that. Years in the game, eh? It's just different. It's just different.
So many years in the game.
And international too is another difference. That's all it comes down to. And I like talking about this, like why people change coaches, because everyone always was like, and I said this to, I think, who was my last get, Taylor Duff, and she was like, and the boys I've had on recently, they're like, people always think there's tea. Sometimes it's just fucking moving up, like changing, like getting different advice and different knowledge and stuff, and like opening your mind up to other places that you want to go. And like, have you met your coach in person yet, or is that to come one day?
Oh, no, I haven't yet.
Someday.
He's all the way in the UK, so it's pretty difficult. But we do like have like FaceTime calls, and we talk quite frequently throughout the week. But he will be coming to hopefully a couple of my shows this year, so that will give me the opportunity to actually meet him. But if I'm being honest, it feels like I already know him really well, because he's just like, he's so interested in every single detail of what's going on. And I feel like that makes you feel really comfortable as an athlete. And yeah, like you said, there's no tea, there's no drama. Sometimes you just need a change. Sometimes you need a new perspective on things. And that can be the difference between being a good athlete and being a great athlete, right?
Yeah, well said, babe.
So it's as simple as that.
And you can sometimes like max out your relationship with people. Like, you just can. You can just be like, I think I've got so much out of you that I've probably sucked out of you as much as I can. I'm just gonna go here and see what this is about. So I love it. Good on you. Someone said you're amazing. She gave you a few compliments, so I had to put at least one on there. She was like, oh my God, you're so freaking awesome. Like, whatever. And I'll send you who it was later. But do you have time for other hobbies outside bodybuilding? Good question.
To be honest, I don't really. I mean, I would love to. At the most, I have reading as a hobby. I love being in prep and having Stairmaster in my program, because I just stand, like, I'm just doing my Stairmaster and I'm reading my book as I go. So I think that's probably one of my only other hobbies. I used to do a lot of like art and stuff, but I just don't have the time anymore. So I think, in a way, my hobby is lifting. Like, I love being strong. I really love being strong. Like, I think that's my favorite thing about bodybuilding, is just being able to get stronger. But obviously, like, once I reach a certain point, there'll be a cap for my category. But for now, I'm very happy being able to just keep pushing hard to stimulate some more muscle growth. But yeah, outside of that, I don't really have much else going on, to be honest.
This is the career. This is
my career and my hobby and everything, you know?
All in one. I love that, babe. That's so good. Doesn't it break your heart that some women won't ever feel strong? Like, it kind of feels weird, eh? Like, women should be strong, I feel. Like, men should be too, but women should be, because we have to defend ourselves. Like,
absolutely.
We're small and we need to be, you know, it's just good to be stronger.
Yeah. Strength is such an important thing. And like, it doesn't make you any less woman. In fact, it makes you more so, because now you're able to look after yourself. You've got good health because you're looking after yourself in certain ways, and you're not going to have to worry about, like, in the future, like, am I going to be able to chase after my kids, my grandkids, all of these things, because it's predetermined, right, by how much you look after yourself and how much you train.
Yeah, absolutely. And it makes you feel badass in the mindset.
Yeah.
Favorite lift and your PB song? Good questions. I love that.
My favorite lift, it's hard. It's a hard one.
How do you put
I think at the moment, shoulder press, just because like it's been progressing really well. So I'm really happy with that.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm known for hip thrusts. Still my strongest lift, but I think, you know, it's just like a staple.
Yeah.
It's just a staple, you know. PB song, I don't actually have a set like PB song. If you follow me, you know I listen to a lot of rock music, a lot of metal. So I think anything down that genre is really probably what I'm listening to if I'm hitting PBs. Yeah.
Scream at me.
Yeah.
Lift it. What is your artist then? Is it like old school like Korn, or is it like new school shit? Like what's it like?
It's a lot of everything. I think at the moment, probably Deftones or like Slipknot.
Yeah.
My two favorites. I'm actually going to the Deftones concert this year, so I'm very excited.
Get out. How do you fit that in the time?
I'll make it work.
Yeah.
I'll make it work.
I've actually been getting into that music myself because I used to be a G girl, but I can't get into it. I can't, like, it's not yelling at me and it's not angry enough. Like, you know, it's a bit like, and you're like, I need something to yell at me. So I've been going into Linkin Park and stuff like that lately.
Oh, I love that.
Like old school Linkin Park, though.
Old school stuff, yeah.
And because he's not with us anymore, it makes me so sad. So I'm like,
yeah.
Okay, so, 4 more questions. We need okay, well, that's a basic one. Favorite glute exercise? Maybe give us 2 since we kind of know.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, hip thrusts, standard procedure.
Yes.
I have really been enjoying B stance RDLs. So that's been put into my program, which is new for me. And it's been really fun kind of figuring out the best way for myself to do it. And then obviously being able to progress in that lift has been really fun.
Yeah.
And maybe this is going to be so out of left field, but like Bulgarian split squats. It's a love-hate relationship.
Because they work, eh?
They work.
Same, yeah.
They work. And I think like I'm a little bit insane in the fact that if an exercise is making me want to like curse and scream and like, you know, never want to do it again, it's really good.
You love it.
Yeah.
You've got to get them right though, eh? Bulgarians, if you get them wrong, it's all quad and hemi. Like you need to be able to get the glute on as well, which is really for people to do. But once you get it, you got it.
Once you get it.
Okay, 3 more questions. Pro show bucket list. I think you probably got some on your list for this year, but like what would be your favorites that you could ever do before you die? I
mean, obviously, if I could have my pick of the lot and not worry about like expenses or anything like that, obviously being able to do it one of the Arnolds would be so cool. The New York Pro, the Pittsburgh Pro, I think those 4 are like my dream. Like if I could do those ones, you'd be happy 100% do it. But obviously it's so much harder when we're in New Zealand, right? Because it's just so many expenses go towards it. But yeah, and then obviously honorable mention Olympia. It's the pro show of pro shows, right? But
I love that. I'm like picturing Lily on the Olympia stage. It's like
my god.
So I haven't even like dissolved that Kate's been on there. Like it still takes me so long to like take it in, but that's gonna happen one day. It's on my vision board. Okay, 2 more questions. Do you still have your natty status, and will that ever change? Everyone fucking always wants to know about that.
I know everyone wants to know that. And yes, I'm still natural. Zach and I have had conversations about it, and we're kind of both in agreement that it would be pretty cool to do a pro tour and potentially even get an Olympia qualification and be able to stand on that stage as a natural athlete at 23 years old.
It is.
And obviously, you know, being on PEDs does give athletes more of an edge, but I think where I'm at, it's not necessary. I mean, I'm only 22 still. So I've got a long time.
Yeah. And you're doing so well with the way you are, right?
Exactly. And it's like, if that was what was stopping me from getting to where I want to be, it would be a different conversation. But because I'm still able to do really well, and the results are speaking for what I'm doing, there's no point in my mind currently.
Absolutely. But like in the long-term future, you would be open to that conversation if it was needed.
If it was necessary. Yeah. If it was necessary, I think it would just be something that you have to like
have a chat about, eh?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. And that's good. It's like, this is open as an athlete. I think it's just kind of something you just have to be like, oh, well, if that's the way it goes, maybe, but you still choose for your health, but at least you're just being realistic, right? That's just the way it is these days.
And I mean, realistically, there's not a lot of natural pro shows either.
Not yet.
They're all very like few and far between. So it's very difficult to be able to compete on pro stages where the competition is all natural as well. So it's just like, do what you can, and then if that conversation ever arises, maybe. But
at that time, yeah. Would you ever go down the Ben Weider route? Like, would you do a natural pro show to get there, kind of thing? Yeah.
I actually thought about it, but it just doesn't quite line up with what I'm doing, with what I wanted to do this year. So I think in the future, if it lines up with what I've got planned, absolutely. But obviously, I feel as though I can make my own way without qualifying in a natural show.
Yeah, absolutely. And just keep going to the Olympia. Do the bigger if you can. Do it that way. Why not, hey? But you would smoke Lorna Dunbar. Sorry. But Meg, the new chick who won it, have you seen the new chick who won? I am just like, okay, this is where I'm going to question the natty status, because bro, like, her glutes have got an orbit. Like, we thought your glutes were big, and hers are like, I feel like it's almost like I do love her, and I'm not trying to be horrible. I just feel like they take your attention so much. And you know how in bikini nothing's supposed to take your attention? I'm like, that's taking everyone's attention. Like, it's huge, man. Like, it's out of control. How she's natty and got into that condition is fucking beyond me. Like, I showed Frank and he was like yeah,
it's like, crazy.
What? So she would be crazy, but I think you would just do an amazing job in that sort of, in that realm. And actually, on that note, I've got Barbara Del Piaz on my podcast next week, so we're going to chat about her win, because no one's talked about it yet, and I want to know.
Yeah, I know.
No announcements, so I'm going to talk to Barbara herself and find out what happened, and then we're going to make that sort of public, which is going to be kind of fun because it hasn't been done yet. But what were your thoughts on that, babe? Did you see that national pro card go out last year? What did you think about the line? Did you watch that? Did you watch the lineup with Danny and I think Tui was in there? I can't remember who was in there. Did you watch that?
I was there backstage doing
medals,
the medals and stuff. Yeah, honestly, when they did that lineup for the nationals for the pro card, I was surprised by the choice they made.
Yeah.
But obviously, I can't see what the judges see. I'm backstage. I'm only seeing a portion of what's going on. So it was an interesting choice. Obviously, we would have wanted to have one of our girls win it.
Yeah.
And so obviously, from my understanding, Barbara got the pro card in the end, probably due to the girl that won not passing the drug test, which it's disappointing that people come into the natural federation thinking they can get away with. They're like, oh, I'm just doing a little bit. It's not going to show up on a test, or it's been a while. It's not going to show up. I think it's a very dishonest way to go about competing. And if you're not there yet and you have to use drugs to compete against natural bikini athletes, maybe you should take some time off the stage. But obviously I'm very happy for Barbara. She's a friend of mine. I root for her. She looked amazing, and I think on the day it probably should have gone to her anyways. But obviously, I can't see what the judges are looking at. So it's maybe this girl did look better than Barbara. But I'm very happy that she did get it in the end. And now I'm very curious to see what her plans are as a pro. Because obviously, everyone else has been like very like vocal and open about like what they're doing and what they have been doing. So I'm really curious to see what she's got planned for this year or next year whenever she decides to debut.
Yay. Yeah, me too. And she said she's going to open about it. She's going to tell me all. I'm like, this is great. Like, let's get it running now. Like, let's find out. I want to know what she's doing. We all know she'll be going straight to it. And I just think she was probably the best person for that situation to happen to. Because, like, if that happened to me, bro, can you imagine? Can you imagine? I would be on the news. Like, I didn't get my pro card because some bitch came over from China. Like, I would be so bad. But Barbara's just like so happy she's got her pro card. She doesn't care about all that shit. She's not even spoken on it. Her coach has spoken on it more than she has. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. She's just so humble and happy to be a pro. She doesn't care that she missed her. Well, she might care. We'll find out. But she just doesn't seem to care. She just wanted what she wanted. She got what she wanted.
I think in the circumstance, right? Like, we all know that if someone fails a drug test for the natural show, it's bound to happen to someone.
Yeah.
And it just so happened that it happened to Barbara, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like,
just worked.
Luck of the draw.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Because it could have happened in my year, right?
Yeah.
If I was on drugs, I could have failed, and then it would have gone to Chantal that year.
Yeah.
It's just
the way it goes,
how honest the athlete is and whether they are actually natural.
Yeah. Crazy. Like, didn't even cycle off.
Yeah. But also it shows you that the testing that they do is real. It's accurate. Mm-hmm. And the results, they speak for themselves, right? So people questioning natty statuses, it's like, okay, well, these people are natural athletes. They haven't been called out by the federation. They haven't lost their pro card. So obviously they are natural.
Exactly. So just keep down everybody else. Pretty much. Nice. But I love all that. So let's do your last question. This is a good one for all the girls as well. And because it keeps coming up a little bit more and more, but how do you deal with haters, beef, or trolling if you get any of that?
Honestly, I think I've just reached my mental point where I'm like, I just don't give a fuck anymore. Like, it's bound to happen, right? Especially in the sport. There can be a lot of cattiness. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of, secret rivalries going on between people. And I'm just not about it anymore. I'm just like, there's no point.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's like whoever's the better athlete is going to win.
Mm-hmm.
That's all there is to it. There are people that will talk behind your back, people that will message you, comment on your posts saying really horrible things. Mm. And you just have to be just like, well, that's your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a big thing for me was, this is probably like a saying that I've kind of like reminded myself of, is that like, you just need to stop trying to be liked by everyone because you don't even like everyone.
True.
There's no point in trying to convince other people of the person you are when they have an idea of who you are in their head, because they're not going to take your word at all. Mm-hmm. So it's just better to let them think what they want to think and let them say what they're going to say about you. And as long as you know at the end of the day that those things aren't true about you, what's the point in entertaining it, right?
Yeah. And if you wouldn't do that to someone else, then why do you give a fuck about the thought of someone who would? Like,
exactly.
Their thought is like so small. Like, they're not a grown person. They've got small opinions, so we don't care about that.
Exactly.
We need more about it. I love that, babe. Do you get much of that? Like being a pro and like being in the, do you get much? A little bit.
Yeah. I think it's inevitable when you reach a certain point, especially when you're on social media and you have lots of like followers coming through. Like, there are going to be some people that are just there to hate on you.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's just like, there's no point in reacting to it or getting worked up about it unless you believe that what they're saying about you is true.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you just got to ignore it.
Yeah.
And I've had people in the past come up to me and say that this person has beef with you. And I'm like, I wasn't even aware.
What?
I wasn't even aware that this was happening.
It's so funny,
It's just like,
with themselves,
It's just like, I'm over here doing my thing. And apparently I've got beef with like this person and this person. And I'm like, I don't even think I've ever had a conversation with you.
It's funny. Yeah. It is. You get better at it over time too, You do.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you had asked me this question like 2-3 years ago, I probably would have been like up in arms about it and been like,
you fight that bitch.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it's just you get to a certain point where it's just like, okay, it's going to happen regardless.
Yeah. Accept it.
What can you do about it? Not everyone's going to like you. Not everyone's going to think that you're an amazing athlete. Not everyone's going to think that you look like a woman. Not everyone, all these things, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like, just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Just leave it alone and just keep doing what you're doing, because as long as you're happy, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I love that. Good advice, babe. Look at you. You're so smart for 22. Ow! She's been growing up these couple of years. All right, babe, that's pretty much us done, but I want to ask you a question before we finish up. Who do you want to hype up this week? Like, who's been good to you? Who's important in your life?
Oh, probably Tui.
No.
Probably Tui. My girl Tui. I'm number one fan of Tui's. I'm a big supporter of her. She's a great friend of mine, and she's exceeded her own expectations, mine, and she's just turning into an absolute weapon of an athlete. I'm always so proud of her, no matter what she does.
Yeah, she's so good. She made it to the overalls, man. Like, it's so
I know, and she looked so good this year, and I was so proud of her. Like, if you had seen me backstage, I was like this. Tearing up a little bit, like I was so proud of her.
So proud of it. Me too, babe. I was backstage, obviously Class D, backstage with her, both shows. We did the same shows, and at Auckland Champs, she goes, Shan, she was like, well, we're about to go on. She was like, Shannon, I'm so fucking nervous. And I was like, babe, we're just qualifying for nationals, sis. And she was like, that's right. We're just qualifying for nationals. This doesn't even matter. Yeah. She went up there and fucking owned it. I was like, yes, bitch. Like, I love her. She seems like such a strong, maybe even like, I don't know, like RBF type of girl, but she's so sweet. Like, there's so much more to Tui than you see, because she just looks so strong and badass, but she's actually the sweetest little person ever, like on the inside. It's so good on you, Tui. You've smashed it. And hopefully she comes back this year. I think she was going to, maybe. But.
I think she will. I'm hopeful that she will, because obviously I want to be able to be there supporting her and like cheering her on again, because I think that's probably the most fun thing, is like that I can go and cheer on my friends now.
Yes, and they're all looking so good. Like, her time,
I know,
I can't even deal with it. Go, Tui. All right, babe, and you're sponsored now. So first episode we did, you weren't sponsored. You had no sponsors, I don't think, because you're fresh. Now you've got sponsors. Like, tell us about your sponsors, where people can like support you and like use your code, all that kind of stuff.
Well, obviously I've been working with Infinite.
Yes, sorry.
So I've been working with them for maybe over a year now.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, so they're great.
Yeah.
I love their stuff. They've been super supportive as well, which is really cool. If you are using Infinite, you can use my code LEAKATE at checkout, and that will get you some money off, on top of also deals and stuff, which is cool.
Love that. Nice.
And I'm sponsored by Strom. We don't do discount codes with Strom, but they are just the best team ever. Like, they are more concerned about the health and well-being of their athletes rather than pushing products, which I think is a really cool way to go about it, because it makes the product endorsements that us as athletes do way more genuine, because we truly believe in the products that they're putting out. So yeah, if you want to shop Strom, do that, because I cannot recommend their products enough. I mean, they've got a great range for all sorts of athletes. They do target specifically a lot more for enhanced athletes, but a lot of the supplements that work for enhanced athletes work way better for natural athletes, because obviously there's a lot less in the way, right?
True, absolutely. And they're so educated, the whole team.
So educated. I feel like every time I have a conversation with them, I'm just learning more and more every day, which is so cool.
So cool. Hope they do another seminar this year, Strominar. I hope they do.
I think they will. Yeah. I think they will.
I hope so. I'll back it up again. We'll make it bigger again. But awesome, mate. And maybe if you could just tell us what's your favorite product from Strom before we finish up. Like, what's your favorite pre-workout that people should go buy, or protein, or whatever?
So I've been using HR Labs pre-workout, which is really good. I find that there's like no crash with it, and it's not like, it's pretty intense, but it's not so intense that you're like in the gym, like heart palpitations, like, oh my God, I feel like I'm going to die. And then other than that, I'd probably say the Strom Hydromax is really great. And also, what else? Their Neuromax. So they've got like some really, really great sleep supplements as well, stress support. And those things I think are really important to be able to utilize in a prep, because you're just so tired, so fatigued, so stressed, but sometimes sleep escapes you in prep. So it's really nice to be able to have a little bit of extra support.
Yeah, I love that. Go shop those ones, guys, and check out Strom anyway. Just jump on there, and if you need some subs, that's where you should go. Support them. Big global company, but their team in New Zealand is awesome, and they're really like out there, you know, like they like to get out there.
And I mean, they're so friendly as well. Like, if you have questions about things, you can always reach out to Thomas, and I guarantee you he'll probably give you a full breakdown of everything, because he's just so in tune with everything. Like, he loves doing it. So it's every time I message him, I get like a full on like 3 paragraphs about like products and like what the uses are and like how it can benefit me and all that.
Yeah, he loves it. And they really care about health. And like you said, with enhanced athletes, you just have to be a little bit more careful. So it's just really important to keep an eye on your health. So it's really cool they do that. I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome, babe. It was so good to chat. I'm so sorry I took you for so long. Oh my God.
Okay.
We got so much out of it though. And I'm so happy to chat to you again. It's been so good to catch up.
I know, it's been such a long time, so it makes sense that it took quite a while to get through everything, right?
It had to.
Yeah.
I want to get you on again, but maybe should we do it maybe after your pro show, like after your little like
absolutely,
like, review it together and stuff. And then I want to do obviously watch parties for you while you're away. Are you okay with that if I do that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Make it easier for people at home to be able to enjoy it as well, because it can be so difficult, especially if it's pay-per-view, right? Because it's just like not everyone can do that.
Yeah, and we want to see how you look, and we want to be able to keep it forever and watch it back. And we'll be there. All right, but well, thank you so much for coming on the pod. Don't forget to go follow Lily, everyone that's out there. Check out her Instagram; it'll be down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and do all that shit to the YouTube and the Spotify. And thank you all for watching. And thank you, Lily. It was so good to chat, babe.
Of course, it was a good long chat and well overdue.
Yeah, everyone might need to watch this in quarters, but it'll be all right. Thank you so much, everyone, and we'll see you all in the next episode. Bye.